close and then lean into our championship experience late in the game. That could and should be enough. And off the turnover, here's Joker. At 11 points in that first half. Finally saw the lid come off from deep. Knocking down that three ball. Murray off the Porter screen. 7 on the shot clock. Jokic with the miss.
And even though Hartenstein got pushed off there a little bit, he just did a really nice job of staying in front. The entire team has shown him a lot of bodies and made it difficult. That's why
Saunders about adjustments, but before that, he handed me the box score and jokingly told me, send this one to Springfield, referring to the Basketball Hall of Fame. But then he told me, being down only 6, as Jay mentioned, that they were proud at how they played defensively in that half. They'd like to do a better job rebounding, as you see the dunk there by Michael Porter Jr., but said they'd like to do a better job rebounding to keep them from multiple shots. On offense, he says they liked the looks they got. They could do a better job screening. Has another dunk on the other end by Holmgren. They do a better job screening.
Holmgren from the dunker spot.
Well, the one thing that Denver's been doing is they've been hanging in there, and their offense hasn't affected their defense.
Jokic with the 3. He's hit 2 of them now in this game. Jalen Williams on the bounce. Has it come off to Porter Jr.
Boy, that's a tough one. Oklahoma City didn't even really make a pass there. There's an individual ISO, which they did a lot in the fourth quarter in Game 3.
Murray got to the rim and drew the foul.
And he knows he can make those.
Well, Tuesday night and on the app. That series, of course, tied it again.
Where would Denver be in this game without the foul line?
After that free throw, 19 of 22.
Over half their points are coming from the foul line.
Gilgeous-Alexander crowded, double teamed. The pass, Holmgren with the finish.
To the playmaking ability in the middle of the floor of Isaiah Hartenstein. He can shoot that little push shot, or he can lob it up to Chet Holmgren.
Gordon off the elbow. Jokic with the show and go on Hartenstein.
A good recovery by Dort on that pass out.
Jokic wheels baseline, couldn't finish. Good defense by Hartenstein again. There's Jalen Williams on the move, fouled. Jalen Williams at the free throw. And Williams knocks down both. Just underway here in the third quarter. Mark Jones, Jay Billis, George Sedano. Game 4 of this conference semifinals, with OKC trying to level up at 2 games apiece. Look at Lou Dort. Chase Murray around that screen. Here's Gordon on the DHO. Good switch. Brown with 6 on the shot clock. A pull. Got it!
Christian got 14. Combined with his defense, he's had an excellent game.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a miss. Loose ball to Brown. Play elbow. Jokic with the screen for Murray. Flips it. Jamal for 3. Yes. Time to bring the noise here at Ball Arena. Hartenstein back out to Williams. Kept it in the front court. Williams weaving through traffic. And Gordon clears, and a chance for Denver to take the lead. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Aaron Gordon.
That moves so effectively.
He and Jokic have wonderful chemistry. Gilgeous-Alexander against Brown. Denver showing a lot of bit of help. 7 on the shot clock, goes tween. Sprays it out to Dort. Wide open 3, butter. And okay about their friendship. He said, Mark, I love Jamal, but they call it show business, not show friends. It's all about business during the series. Jokic trying to turn the corner. And that's a big body bends move right there by the 3-time MVP to make it a 2-point contest.
What a combination of power and skill.
Dort misfires on this one. Denver can tie. Off the drag screen, Murray. Pocket pass, Jokic, one more. Brown for the lead. And Holmgren racing back the other way against Jokic. Had it knocked away. What a steal by the Joker. Brown, one more. Murray probes it. Gordon lines up the seams. Gilgeous-Alexander, let's see what the Thunder run coming out of the timeout. Caruso with some guard screening action. Williams touches paint. Had it partially blocked, it looked like, or left it short.
But Brown has done a really good job at contesting shots. Almost those rear view mirror contests. And he's done it multiple times in this game.
Murray trying to shake Dort. Around the Jokic screen. Nice hezzy. Dort sticks with him and got part of the ball on the block. Murray retrieves it. Double teamed and peeled clean. Gilgeous-Alexander. Back out to Dort. One more to Williams. Wide open from deep. And that was way short. Hartenstein with the board, though. Had Williams cutting, but he didn't give it to him. The lob broken up by Murray. And here's Jokic. Murray walks into the three and passes. Jokic fouled from behind by Hartenstein.
Is what Denver's defense has been. They've really packed the paint and made it difficult for Oklahoma City.
He told me a couple of days ago he's playing at a lighter weight during these playoffs. Possession off the turnover. OKC has given it away 11 times. Jokic off the elbow. Cross court, Porter Jr. And rebounded by Williams.
Michael Porter Jr. has struggled shooting it in this one. He was so sharp and got off to such a great start in game 3. Game 4 has been much different.
Skip pass into the corner, Dort for 3. And it comes off to Porter Jr. They are now 4 of 26 from deep. Murray for 3. That one falls.
And he said, guys, we got a guard. We can turn them over and get back in this. Then Mark Daigneault came, and he said, guys, it's only a 6-point game. No matter how we got here, as they cut it to 3 there on a 3, he said, no matter how we got here, it's just a 6-point game. We got to trust our stuff, Jonesy.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear George and Jay, Coach Daigneault say, I had to remind the guys who they were during our off day. Murray from the elbow, halfway down and out. Gilgeous-Alexander will bring it up. A quiet second half for him so far was 16. They run 2 at him. He gets off of it. Here's Wallace. And picked off. Brown jumping the passing lane with the steal. And he has been ubiquitous tonight all over the court for Denver.
I know it sounds elementary, but Cason Wallace needed to come to a 2-footed jump stop there. Play off 2 feet on that. Threw the ball away. No reason for it.
And there he commits a foul, Jay, on the other end. Deals. Jokic, as Wiggins switch on to him. Westbrook for 3. And it comes off to the Thunder. Wallace controls.
Grab it, kept it alive so that OKC could grab that defensive board.
Caruso for 3. That's off. Wiggins hustling, kept it in play almost.
What's gone into that particular part of the game?
Just trying to drive the ball hard. They're a physical team. They're a really good defense. Just trying to drive the ball hard and take care of the ball, get to the rim.
Christian, good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, George. Denver outscoring OKC by 12 in that 3rd quarter. Westbrook around the screen, back out to Aaron Gordon. Got his feet set. And that's going to be a foul.
Hit them in the 3rd quarter, but I don't think they established it on offense. I think they established their rhythm on defense. They have hung in there this whole game.
Watson with the jump hook. And to further your point, Jay, they've really improved defensively in the postseason. When you look at the fact that during the regular season, the Nuggets were 20th in defensive rating. They gave up the lob and won from the strike. Did a couple of crucial misses in that overtime period 36 hours ago from that short corner spot.
Yeah, that little push shot from the short corner.
Said that playing in Europe taught him to get it off quickly and with a lot of arc because of the crowd that they play in the paint.
Yeah, when you're a teammate of your father as a pro, do you call him dad in practice?
Hey, I know. Hey, Aaron Gordon with the turnaround.
How good has Aaron Gordon been in the playoffs. Not just this series, but he was great against the Clippers.
Had that game winner and a big shot response by Wallace.
A little bit better ball movement there from Oklahoma City, getting it from one side of the floor to the other. And that's something that was missing in the fourth quarter of Game 3.
Jokic beginning this fourth quarter on the bench. The Nuggets have been able to hold the fort. Murray off the miss, loose ball. They'll have another opportunity. The hustle of Watson.
A great job by Gordon to keep that thing alive.
Wallace on Murray, cross court. Jordan drives the closeout. Got his miss back, and another opportunity or not. Fires, it'll count. Got it off just in time before the expiration of the shot clock. Williams. Wallace, one more. Wiggins wide open. Cash. And a timeout, followed by a 10 o'clock run. Game 4 between Minnesota and Golden State. Out of the timeout, Jokic back in the ball game. They stunt at him, show him two bodies, and that time they get the stop and the miss, but Gordon on the offensive glass. Porter Jr. back to Brown. Shot clock at 7 for Jokic. Brown pulls the three, and this time Wallace secures the board, and a chance for the Thunder to take the lead as Gilgeous-Alexander is summoned off the bench, ready to check in for OKC.
Well, that was a nice looking play by Denver out of the timeout to isolate Jokic in the low post.
Loose ball comes out to Westbrook. What a bounce pass, but Porter couldn't make the catch. Fumbled it and stepped out of bounds. Really found his rhythm for the Nuggets. They double team Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wallace. Throws it up off glass. Hartenstein had it knocked away out of bounds. Back out to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander around the screen. Back out to Caruso, one more to a wide open Wallace. That is pristine execution, Jay.
Yeah, Green pop out and then make the extra pass. And Cason Wallace has knocked down some open shots in this game, which he didn't do in Game 3.
9-0 run for OKC. Jokic, Westbrook for three. Loose ball. And Wiggins gets the 50-50 ball.
That almost looked like a pack line defense, the way they were crowded in the paint.
Gilgeous-Alexander around the Hartenstein screen. The three. The three ball has abandoned him. 0 for 3 from deep. Murray. Got hung up in the air. Found the right guy, Brown. Relocates and gets it back against Caruso. Around the Jokic screen. Brown for three. Loose ball and another 50-50. Comes out to the Thunder.
And another time Alex Caruso knocks it away from Jokic so that a teammate can grab it. He's just always around the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander got to his spot and draws the foul for
Jokic from getting it to get that easy stick back.
Yeah, smarty, but he says.
I'm sure some of his young teammates thought he played in Seattle for the Sonics first.
Off the Gilgeous-Alexander miss. Here's Gordon. Denver has the luxury of having Gordon handle a lot. Sets the screen for Jokic. Cross-court Murray. Couple of jabs. Wallace stays right there. Good help in rotation by the Thunder. And they get the miss and the loose ball rebound.
And who was right there on the catch? Caruso.
Wallace smoked the layup. Everything but the bucket. Caruso with the steal and the foul. Run right now, Jay. Here's Holmgren. Caruso on the baseline for three. Comes off to Westbrook. Caruso got it back.
It didn't look like Caruso wanted that foul called. When it was called, he was like, oh.
Selflessness and guys that are really over themselves. Off the miss. The margin is at 4. Murray into the front court.
Wallace has done a really nice job on him defensively.
Gave him a little bit of space, and Murray is lethal.
He's got to stay with him. You can't back off.
Wallace sprays it out to Caruso. Inside, went to Holmgren, got blocked from behind. What a play by Aaron Gordon. Gordon on the move, lost it out of bounds. Here he is, Jokic at the nail against Williams. Williams on Murray, and now out to Jokic. Whistle and a foul. I'm not sure who that's on.
When he's backing up like that for a big guy to get out to him, but
which are kind of his triggers. Nobody knows him better. Loving and doting, supportive dad is always on his hip. Gilgeous-Alexander at the top of the lane. Almost lost it, and that's going to be a foul against Westbrook. Knocks down his
over 14 a game.
Yeah.
That's second off the bench in the playoffs. Ty Jerome of Cleveland, just a tick more than 14 points to be the top bench scorer in the playoffs thus far.
Murray pocket pass to Jokic. Hartenstein stays with him, sitting on his right hand. Oh, it did a victory lap and then finally fell.
And he also got fouled. That should have been called.
Williams back the other way. Holmgren inside. Caruso with a nice cut through traffic, couldn't get it. Denver can take the lead.
No.
Murray, one more. Westbrook for the lead. And he missed everything. Off the tween, Gilgeous-Alexander raises up and got an auspicious bounce for the bucket. The lead is up to 3 or fewer with less than 5 minutes to go in the Thunder.
And that's a big mistake from Denver to start after that timeout.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the midi. Knocks it home. The lead is back up to 5 under 4.
He's been really good in this fourth quarter. And Denver has not made a 3 in the fourth. They're 0 for 7.
Here's Jokic, guarded by Hartenstein. Wheels to his left. Tough shot off the mark. And that's going to be a foul on the push-off from the field. Hartenstein knocks down the first free throw.
Oklahoma City's done a great job of showing bodies to Nikola Jokic. You know, they're shrinking the floor, and still they have the tenacity and really the speed to get back out to shooters if he passes it out. There's that split action.
Murray over to Brown. 10 on the shot clock. Murray gets it back. Around the Jokic screen. Caruso sticks with him. Jamal with a lay. Murray's up to 17. Margin back to 4. Good screen by Caruso on the top man of the zone. Williams, no good. Jokic with the board. Trying to walk down Hartenstein. Inside Gordon. They almost turned it over. Jokic got it back. And that's going to be a foul.
Despite the shooting woes for Denver, especially in the first half.
Regular season after Michael Malone was dismissed as Jokic goes 0 for 2. Wow. Against that Denver zone, Williams touches paint with the layup. He lacerates the lane to make it a 6-point game.
Well, took the ball from the right to the left side, and then Williams basically caught that on the run and drove that gap with force.
Here's Murray around the Jokic screen, being hounded by Caruso off the pick and pop action. Good closeout by Williams, where he got a foul. He's got 4 points this afternoon. They fake the DHO. Jokic with the 3. Rims out to Gordon on the offensive glass. Got a whistle and a foul. His family, in particular his 2 nephews, Zane and Brody, and his sister-in-law, and really embraced them and commemorating his play this season, dedicating it to his brother, his late brother. Gilgeous-Alexander to the rim and the layup. The lead is up to 7 as we approach 2 minutes to go.
More of a man look. They really were able to take Nikola Jokic away from the rim, get him out top so that SGA could drive it.
Murray around the screen. Hartenstein switched onto him, got him caught up. Brown, the 3 ball. This one comes off to Holmgren. Under 2 minutes to go. Jalen Williams will walk it across for the Thunder, trying to even the series at 2 games apiece. The youngest team in the NBA trying to matriculate. Caruso with another opportunity back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 7 on the shot clock.
That was a huge offensive rebound by Holmgren.
Step back 3. Rebounded by Porter Jr. Gordon on the cross. Jokic with the finish off the great feed from Gordon.
Just went right into the chest of Chet Holmgren.
Jalen Williams over to Gilgeous-Alexander. Rejects the screen, goes at Jokic. Kicked out of bounds. Full court pressure on Murray, making him work. 5-point lead for the Thunder. Murray out top, around the Jokic screen. Hartenstein switches on to him. They got a mismatch. Murray inside, good catch. Porter Jr. Oh, and it comes out.
Well, he made such a great cut there and got great rise off that jumper.
44 seconds to go for Gilgeous-Alexander out top. They're looking to blitz him. He beats the double team on that Nash dribble, probes and comes out. 5 on the shot clock, got to get to work. Pivots and pulls. And Jokic with the rebound with Murray. Pulls the 3. Came up short. Minutes. And that's going to be a foul. Oh no, timeout first. What do you think it means for them to squeeze out? Should they, hang on, a win against this or playing these types of games?
I think it's another confidence builder. But for Marteau poorly in the first half. You know, a young team that can shake you a little bit. But this young Thunder team, a lot of time the coach is in the driver's seat, has to help the player get into the driver's seat, but SGA's always been in it.
Boy, this denied defense, impenetrable. Caruso commits the foul. Gordon for 2 free throws. Aaron Gordon with 11 in the ball game, and that has been the story. Cook, Watson, and Strother, who only got 5 minutes off the bench. Pretty much the
Down, but also inbound the ball cleanly.
Gordon with 8.8 to go. Nuggets win the tip, down 6. Gordon trying to find the handle. Banks in a 3. It's a 1-possession game with 1.6 to go. And they get it in to Williams. Fouled quickly with 1 point from the line in the playoffs. And there it is. That should just about do it. On 2 of 13, make it 10 now, but regardless, the Thunder will even this series at 2 games apiece as they storm